What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Now, I want to touch base on a story we've been covering ever since it broke back there in September about this young lady right here. This young lady right here, who was classified as a teenage runaway, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, 14 years old, was found in the front trunk of a Tesla vehicle, decomposed in a tow yard out there in, I think it was North Hollywood, California. And what's crazy about this girl, everybody knows her face by now, is she was wrapped up or involved in a relationship with the singer David, who's a grown-ass man. And he's been fully cooperative with the police. Earlier this week, they said he was named as a suspect, but in breaking news overnight, they're saying now there's a second suspect who's not been named, and more information has come out from the timeline of her death. And guess what? It wasn't recently. This is shocking. Take a look at this, and I'll come back with my honest commentary.
More breaking news to get to in a case that gained national attention. A death investigation involving singer David and the body of a 15-year-old girl found inside his impounded Tesla in L.A.
The case taking a new turn tonight. Our Liz Nagy is here now with the new details coming to light. Liz.
Giovanna, David, he's off tour and out of the on-stage spotlight. Now singer David is a suspect in the death of a teenage girl found dismembered in the trunk of his Tesla.
September 8th, investigators honed in on David's sedan parked in an LA impound lot following reports of a foul odor. Inside, investigators say they found the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez in pieces. Nearly 3 months after they found her body, investigators still don't know how or when the teenage girl died. After investigators discovered her remains concealed in the trunk of the Tesla, LAPD investigators searched the Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. That's when the singer abruptly canceled his tour just as it kicked off. Sources tell ABC News David is not cooperating with the investigation and has never cooperated, despite what his PR reps have claimed. Now, as LA investigators stay intensely focused on this death investigation, multiple people tell ABC News they are certain they're headed down the right path toward a suspect, David.
The LA County Medical Examiner is still determining how Rivas Hernandez died, but sources say that conclusion could come soon. That step will be critical in making an arrest and formally filing any charges.
Here we start with new developments in the case of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found in the front trunk of singer David's impounded Tesla in September.
David was officially identified as a suspect in the teen's death this week. And now a source that's close to the case says detectives have identified a second suspect. Lindsay Pena, live in our news center with the latest on that. Lindsay?
Rick and Kareem, this is the second major development in this case this week. Back on Tuesday, a source was able to confirm to KTLA that singer David is being named as a suspect, as you mentioned. The body of the Lake Elsinore teen was found September 8th in the front trunk of David's Tesla, impounded at a Hollywood tow yard. David was on tour at the time, but police now believe Hernandez was killed last spring. The medical examiner reported she had been dead for an extended period of time. Just yesterday, the case was updated in the medical examiner's website. The cause of death had been listed as deferred for weeks, but now there is no information listed, which means there could be a security hold on the case. Late today, TMZ reporting that Rivas's body may have been frozen, and that could make it difficult or nearly impossible to determine the cause of death. Our request to the medical examiner's office for more information hasn't been answered yet. Now there are reports of a second suspect being named. That information coming from attorney Mark Garagos, who is not connected to the case but says he's talked to people close to the investigation and they've told him this person could be involved before, during, and after her death.
I think what law enforcement is focusing on right now is they're trying to determine locations, and they have reverse engineered. They obviously know when they found the car. They obviously know when they discovered the remains. They now are reverse engineering the movements of all those who were involved, and they've done it in a very sophisticated way.
Garagos and Harvey Levin of TMZ both confirming independently that investigators are looking closely at a trip that David took to a remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night last spring. At this point, one former LAPD detective we've spoken with says David is likely under surveillance, and all of these developments could mean an arrest is coming soon. Attorney Allison Treasel saying investigators are likely taking their time and being extra careful since this case is so high profile.
This is a high-profile case with a lot of eyes on the LAPD, and they don't want to get it wrong. They should not have to be in any type of a rush because there's no statute of limitations on a murder case if this is in fact a murder. And the coroner has yet to release the manner of death or the toxicology reports.
As of now, there have still been no charges and no arrests in this case. In the News Center, Lindsay Pena, KTLA 5 News. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Lindsay, thank you.
All right, guys, that's the story of this young lady, Celeste Rivas, 14 years old, not 15. She was 14. And they said rumors were spreading around that he was messing with her since she was 12 years old. Now, this man's in his 20s. I want you to think about that. You on top of the world and with whatever genre type of music you singing, because I'm going to be honest with you, I ain't never heard of this dude. And, you know, I'm a little bit older, too old for his type of music. But, I mean, people are put in positions where they have the ability to pick and choose who they want to be with. And a lot of times they go after vulnerable minds or people that are fanatical about them. I want you to think about something, regardless of what this story was talking about. All of this could have been avoided if he practiced common sense. This whole thing came from him messing with an underage girl. Let's call it for what it is. Regardless if you think he's innocent or guilty, let me just say this to you real fast. All fingers do point to him, because I'm going to tell you why. She ran away from home multiple times to be with you. Family said they ain't seen her in a year, but they knew where she was at. You was parading this young girl, hugging all up on her, as a grown-ass man all over social media. Did not look right. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is my channel, but y'all know I'm married. Y'all have seen my wife, Tony, sometimes. She's in the comments. A lot of you guys got a chance to get to know her personally. If Tony just disappeared right now, and then I stopped talking about her on the channel, and her body was found in one of my cars, dismembered and rotting, and I just got off of social media and just stopped saying anything, but I was in the public line like, wouldn't y'all say, damn, hold up now. Let me go back and look at some of his videos, the way he talked and stuff. I don't know. It looked like he did something with Tony. Come on. I'm not saying he's guilty or not, but I know he does know what happened to this chick. Let's keep it the fuck real. This is the goofy shit. People go out here, they involve themselves in situations that are hard to get out of, or they get in a position where they use somebody the way they don't want to be with them no more, and then things blow up. The person might know something about them that they don't want getting out in society because this person's real close to them, and then this person disappears, and all of a sudden they disappear too. They said he never cooperated, even though PR people and stuff was trying to keep his image and stuff alive by saying he was cooperating. Kind of, he ain't even cooperate with police. They said she was dead last spring. They said they think she was frozen. Now they secured the case and they ain't saying nothing no more. This is the last little bit they gonna have out before arrests are made. You can see it building up. All of this came from him doing something he wasn't supposed to do, whether he did it or not. And I'm more than sure if he didn't, he know who did. Because looking at this guy, man, he don't look like the type that'll chop somebody up. But then again, you don't even know, especially with what he got going on in the world for himself. But this is crazy stuff. This is crazy. Because I want you to think about how dangerous this actually was. And I can sit up and talk to y'all about this. She was underage. So he couldn't really break up with her. Just look at this scenario. He couldn't really break up with her because if she went and told, and everybody know, multiple witnesses, he would have got locked up and got a child sex offender charge. So whatever was destined to happen was destined to happen because he's going to try to save his image no matter what, because this is how he makes his money, and this is what he chose to do in his life. This is his profession. See, this whole thing looks bad. You know, this girl kept running away and going with him, and he was allowing it. As a young man, see, I'm gonna tell you something, man. When I was 21 years old, man, I had sense. I had sense, and I can't speak for everybody, but I mean, you can only think about yourself and then how you think and then how somebody else, you would think in somebody else's age. So that's the big disparity, the big disconnect. If I was in my 20s, I wouldn't have messed with no girl with a teen at the end of her name, unless it was like 19, 2 years under me. This girl is young. I want you to hear me. This girl is young. This guy was parading her around like she was the first lady of his life. You know what I mean? His success. And all of a sudden she's gone. He's not saying nothing. And he's sitting up here. He'll let the rumors and stuff swirl because he's under an intense investigation. Now they done brought somebody else into it. Said he made a trip up to the mountains or somewhere he went last spring. They tracked him. They got all the information they need. I'm more than sure they know who did it, who didn't. They're keeping it under wrap, and they continuing this investigation while building a case either against him or against somebody he knows that did this. I want you to think about that. All this came from him dealing with a child. The fuck is wrong with you? But I told you, the mindset of people, no matter how successful they are, a lot of times it levels out to the age of people that they do stuff to, namely children. I can't be with no girl. This is why I say about the common sense, because I briefly lost my thought. I'm sorry about that. If I'm in my 20s and a girl is doing rebellious stuff and I know she's supposed to be in school and she's supposed to have a good relationship with her family to be with me, I cut that shit off quick. But I wouldn't mess with nobody underage. But think about it. A lot of times this shit is about control. He's already a celebrity. Hey, I'm such and such. You know who I am? This and that. And I think having this girl and seeing the drama with her and her family didn't make him feel guilty about himself. It made him feel powerful. And now she's dead. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hopefully some arrests will be made. And I guarantee you when this thing fully opens and all the information is released, this is going to be an absolute mess. As if it isn't already. See you in the next video. Take care.